Single-family house flips must be designed for maximum functionality. Average house flippers wrongly focus on swapping out old fixtures and painting the walls, completely ignoring how a bad layout stops a buyer from imagining themselves living in a home. When you refuse to prioritize functionality and layout over cosmetic fixes, you reduce the appeal of the property and you actively exclude the exact people who want to buy your house. We transformed this fixer-upper into a $2 million house by paying very close attention to functionality. The new open concept and spa-like master bathroom really made our buyers fall in love. The home exterior didn't look that bad to begin with. We just maintained the grass and did some fixes on the building. We replaced the roof, which is a big ticket item, and it cost about $20,000, but it really assured our buyers that they can just move in and they don't have to do any major repairs. And then we also replaced the front door because it was old school. And then we repainted the exterior to freshen it up, and it really tied in all the upgrades that we've done. Come on in. On your left, we have a living room, and then on the right side, there's the dining room, kitchen, and another living room over there. So in this living space, there was some railings over here that were ugly and completely unnecessary. So we took them out and we removed the popcorn ceiling, added a lot of recessed lights, and refinished the hardwood floors. I just love the natural light coming into the room, and I think it makes a big difference. I love that the home has this open flow because from the one living room you get immediately to the dining room, and then from the dining room you can see all the way to the kitchen and the other living room. It wasn't like this before because the kitchen was kind of enclosed. There was a wall over there that was not load-bearing, luckily, so we were able to remove it easily. It also had upper and lower cabinets on this side, so you can't really have very good sight line. But now this space is completely open, so it feels a lot bigger and very inviting. And here we put in a new light fixture. This is a little retro light fixture that has the round globes that I really love. It ties into the pendant lights that we put in the kitchen that also has the round globes. This kitchen got a huge transformation. It was all white before, but the cabinets were so dated and the appliances were all falling apart as well. So we gutted everything and put in very stylish new cabinets, slim shaker, the same white upper and darker lower with contrasting door handles, and the white countertops I've used for a long time. These are prefabricated countertops and they are very cost effective. And this backsplash is of the subway tiles that are very neatly patterned, and it's very easy to clean. I think the best part is that we were able to fit in this island because this becomes the center of entertainment of the home. You can easily entertain guests when you have a party, and you can also watch over your children if they are playing in the living room when you are making food. This other living space was quite interesting. It had paneled ceiling, an old ceiling fan, a brick fireplace over here, and laminate floors that were framed by tiles. I've never seen anything like that before. But now all of those things were replaced, and we have a perfect TV wall that's framed by this new electric fireplace insert, and the whole space feels so open and so bright. To create this open concept, we spent about $10,000 extra. But because our target buyers are young couples with young kids, they love open concept. Our resale value probably increased by 100,000 because of this. I wouldn't have known this until I plugged all the numbers into my deal analyzer. So that tells me what my max purchase price is and how the numbers could work on this deal. If you want to borrow my deal analyzer, grab it in the link in the description below. On the bedroom and bathroom side, you notice that we didn't replace the interior doors because they are in pretty good condition, and we save a few $1,000s by keeping the old doors. And this first bedroom used to be an office, and it was really dark because there was no ceiling light, and the inside had a little darker paint. And now we put in a new light fixture and repainted the interior, also refinished the hardwood floors. On this side, there are two closets side by side, and there's a bigger one and then there's the smaller one. For cost purpose, we decided to keep them as is, but I'm not sure why the builder built the house this way. This is a smaller bedroom compared to the other one, and it's staged as a very cute kids room, and I love that my stager does this for the smaller bedrooms. It really helps the buyers envision their kids living in this nice space. And luckily, this bedroom only has this one closet. This guest bathroom was quite weird before. It had a separation here, a small wall that carried a triangle-shaped vanity, and then you go through it from the doorway and get to the tub and the toilet. I really didn't like that layout because it's so funky. So we decided to completely revamp it, and now we're able to fit in this much bigger vanity. And this is a really cool prefabricated vanity that I found. It has this very thick countertop and also a nice oak finish. And I added the round mirror on top and the two light fixtures side by side to further elevate the style. And I think this is a showstopper. The master bedroom had popcorn ceiling and a lot of junk in it before, and we removed that and also added a new light fixture, and now it feels pretty spacious. But the biggest change happened in the bathroom. This bathroom had a bifolding door before, and it was really difficult to close, so it didn't give it much privacy. Now we replaced it with a regular door, so it's more like a regular bathroom now. The layout was quite funky because we had the closet on this side and the vanity on the other side. And there was also another wall and doorway separating the shower toilet from the vanity and closet, and it made the bathroom feel a lot smaller, and also the space was not well utilized. If you know me, I just hate wasted space, so we decided to revamp the layout here and switch the vanity and the closet. So now we have a large closet on this side and still a double vanity, but at the same time we were also able to expand the shower so it's much bigger. And because of the removal of the wall, now this entire space, especially with the glass enclosure, it feels so expansive. So now you can call this a spa-like bathroom that's suitable for a $2 million house. This backyard had a wooden deck and covered patio. It was not in bad condition, but we still decided to remove it because it made this space feel a lot more enclosed and darker. So after it's gone, now we have the entire backyard at one level, and you can easily put some outdoor furniture on the patio and still enjoy the grass and the rest of the yard. It's a good sized yard, and it can be pretty functional with seating area and with a big nice lawn and even planter boxes on the other side. So I think our future buyer will really enjoy this space. Now you've seen this whole transformation, let's get to the numbers. I purchased this house for $1.4 million and we put about $150,000 into the renovation, and we're hoping to sell it for around $2 million, and that would give us a really nice profit. If you enjoyed this transformation, in the next video, I'm going to show you how I completely reverted a design disaster where the home had a lot of original, unfortunate design choices. And we were able to completely transform the home and found a very happy buyer. I'll see you there.